championship windows.
Oh, now, those types of windows. I thought you were going to talk to me about replacement windows.
No. Maybe later.
All right.
But not right now. Championship windows.
Okay.
Now, the circumstances are absolutely, completely different between the example I'm going to give you and the current New York Knicks. But what's similar is you better capitalize on these opportunities.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. There come caresses they can't even fathom. I'm not even sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baseline. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime. This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick! All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our fans here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Down a beer? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Radio Baseball. You're listening live. We're set for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Radio Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, pick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of Radio Baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. Get your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing center field for the Cleveland Guardians, it's Stephen Kwan. In right field, batting second, Chase Daylauder. Jose Ramirez, the designated hitter, batting third, batting .217 on the year. Manzardo is batting cleanup and at first with the .146 average. Valera is in left field, batting fifth, batting .250 on the year. And Brito is at second base, batting .261. Schneemann is at third, giving Ramirez the day off defensively. He's batting .268 and batting seventh. Bo Naylor's behind the plate, batting eighth with a .143 average. And Rocchio is batting ninth, batting .204 on the year. On the mound for the Cleveland Guardians, it's Slade Ciccone. He'll be going head-to-head with Dustin May. May will be backed up in the bottom of the first inning. Leading off and playing second base, J.J. Weatherholt with the .231 average on the year. Herrera, the designated hitter, batting .200. Burleson is at first and batting .270. Jordan Walker leads the major leagues in home runs so far, batting .328. And Gorman is at third, batting fifth with the .204 average. Mason Wynn is at short, batting sixth, .182 on the year. Church is in left field, batting .143. Paez behind home plate, batting .194. Victor Scott II is in center field for the Cardinals. He's got a .267 average. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alex McKay. Your first base umpire, Alan Porter. Second base will be manned by Jim Wolf, and down the third base line, it's Roberto Ortiz. Game time temperatures here in Busch Stadium, St. Louis, Missouri, are expected to be in the 80s, with the wind blowing out to left center field at about 13 miles an hour. Cleveland is -104 on the money line, as is St. Louis, so it's a virtual pick'em. The over-under is 9. Our pick to click today, we'll take one for each team, being the out-of-town game, with the right-hander on the hill for St. Louis. We'll take the Cleveland batter that has started off pretty hot, Chase Day Lauder, batting .273 on the year, and he's batting second in the order. He's the straw that stirs the drink on this offense. And over on the St. Louis side, give me J.J. Weatherholt. I've heard a lot about him, haven't had a chance to watch him much, but excited to see the youngster play second base. We'll take the over in this game. Will not predict the winner. I believe the over hits of 9 runs. Happy Jackie Robinson Day as we step aside here for a second and salute Jackie. Jackie by D.M. McGee, 2024. Long before boycotts, from back of the bus, led by Rosa and King, Jackie and Ricky agreed to the terms and broke barriers on April 15th. Let's not forget Leo and Pee Wee Strong Front, showing the fans there was love. By absorbing the hate the best they knew how, shielding the noise from above. It all took its toll, the burden he carried, knowing it was larger than one. To shatter the glass, restraints of the past, turning cheek, responding to none. He lives in the hall, not just for the feat of changing the world once known. Jackie was great, the field and the plate, and flew around bases towards home. A flawless blend of courage and skill, a hero emerged from the ire. With legions of fans and players alike, generations his story inspired. We don 42 every April 15th to honor the youth that he gave. Disguised as just baseball, but Jackie's first game pioneered the road that was paved. Jackie by D.M. McGee, 2024.
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Chicago, Illinois. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley Service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves come.
Well, it's about that time. Welcome in, y'all. Getting ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Guardians versus the Cardinals here on Jackie Robinson Day. We do have the 42 in the emojis for the country club. For those of y'all who may not have seen it yet, we were a little late getting it out there, but it is in there now, so you may have to refresh the page. See if I can find it real quick. There it is. Jackie Robinson. I think most people know the story by now, and if you missed the poem from a second ago, 1947 broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball officially. It had actually been broken in the 19th century. And then there was a quote-unquote gentleman's agreement that changed it back. And that held until 1947 when Branch Rickey and the Brooklyn Dodgers brought Jackie Robinson into the game. I'm sure most of y'all are pretty familiar with the story, so I won't bore you with my lack of knowledge of it, but there's going to be, everybody's going to be wearing 42 today, by the way, all in blue. So the 42 in blue. It's not what I would consider Dodger blue. It's more of a dark blue on the jerseys here. But back when the Dodgers broke Jackie into the league, it's closer to what the Dodger blue was back then. Right now, nowadays Dodger blue is a little lighter. So everybody will be wearing 42, so it will be hard to decipher who it is because they don't put the names on the back either on this day, so that the focus is on 42. We are getting set for pitch by pitch, play by play. As soon as the 3D kicks in, we will kick it into you. Making sure I didn't have to restart the feed of it. It appears everything's okay. Maybe a little nervous when we first came on. They were showing dark clouds, and St. Louis, their pregame, when they go into the booth, it's old Chip Carey from the Braves. they have a dark screen out there too, like behind them. So they were showing dark clouds. Their pregame showed that there was rain falling, and I was thinking, does it show that there's a threat of rain for this game? Let me double check. Then finally Cleveland's came on, and there was a bright sunshine. Now the clouds are over the field once again. Once again, as soon as we were supposed to start at 1:15, but there was a pregame ceremony. I couldn't hear what was being said, but there was a gentleman on the field talking into the microphone, so he was doing a pregame ceremony. I'm sure it had something to do with Jackie Robinson. Remember Branch Rickey, who rarely gets the credit, but he's the one that really had to take a lot of the heat for bringing Jackie into Major League Baseball and breaking the color barrier. Remember, he started with the Cardinals organization. He is credited with starting, not only did he help break the color barrier with Jackie Robinson, but he is credited with beginning what is known as the farm system in Major League Baseball. Before the farm system that was created by Branch Rickey, St. Louis, and later brought to Brooklyn, teams would just buy players off of other minor league teams. And he started to develop an actual system where he would develop guys down on the farm and then be able to bring them up. I don't think he gets nearly enough credit for that. So if you think about it, I mean, that really changed the game across the board. It eventually led to a bunch of strikes, but originally it was a very, very good idea. Pre-game handshakes. Let's see if this is in right now. We see it, but sometimes it's a false alarm. We'll see what happens here. We can bring it in yet. We're waiting for it to load. And it looks like everything's hunky-dory on the home front. Dustin May comes set, and yes, sir. It is baseball time in the major leagues, and the first pitch on the way here in St. Louis, Missouri is a cutter to Stephen Kwan upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it foul. 0-2. 0-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Infield back and to the right. Dustin May delivers. High and out of the zone. Four-seam fastball. 1-2. Good to see some of the Country Club members in the chat. I figured Coco Rex would be in here. The 1-2. Swing, slaps it down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball, and that should be extra bases. Stephen Kwan making the wide turn at first, heading for second. The throw gets away into the infield. Good job by Burleson to keep it from going much farther, and it is a leadoff double by the Guardians. And I know Richard Talley began as a Cardinal fan, so hello to you as well. So you got John, Coco, Richard. I know I saw Peta in here earlier. I'm sure a lot of people will be coming in and out of the chat as they're trying to look busy at work. Runner at second, nobody out. Pitch on the way is four-seamer. This is for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Robert Sharpton, good to see you. Good morning, sir. .0 right there, four-seamer at the knees. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Runner at second base, nobody out. Stephen Kwan trying to work his way across as he leads off with the double. modest lead at second base as the 2-1 is outside wide. The 2-1. DeLauder digging in. Pitch on the way. Swing! Slaps it down the line. Foul. John, you'll be happy to know that I got Garrett Crochet in both leagues, and I pulled off both trades. I know it's a little bit of a gamble. People are worried about him, but I've always been a big fan of his, and the way I look at it is if you're going to get him, you got to get him now, because if he goes out there and spins 7 shutties next time, you're just not going to get him. Pitch on the way to DeLauder, swung on and chopped down the right side of the infield. It's going to be a 4-3 put out, 1-0. Well, I gave up Riley to Pete. I hated to give up Riley because I do think he is going to bounce back, but it is what it is. I had other guys that can play third base, not necessarily as good as Riley, but I do have Michael Garcia that can slide over into third. So I'm okay with that. And then in the other league, we just went pitcher for pitcher, and I don't hate the trade by him as the first pitch upstairs, bounces it down the line, it's 0-1. Yeah, I think he's betting more on the long term. He has I traded him Nolan McLean from the Mets, who's pitched another great game last night against the Dodgers, if y'all missed it. It's a great pitching matchup. I was able to catch the end of that after the Braves comeback victory last night. I watched Mets and Dodgers, and McLean versus Yamamoto. I mean, that was a pitching clinic. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing! That ball's chopped up the middle, and they got the infield in. The throw comes home. Quan is caught in a pickle in a rundown. He gets tagged on the wallet, and there's 2 down. Runner goes to second on the play. So Jose Ramirez, good hustle by him. As he headed towards first and they got caught in a pickle, he realized there was going to be nobody out there to be able to cover second base. So really no harm, no foul. If you're Cleveland, you're still going to take a base hit to score somebody. It was a good job by Quan to get caught in that rundown to allow Ramirez to advance. Righty-lefty matchup. Manzardo, the batter. First pitch is a sweeper, misses outside. It's 1-0. Good to see you, Rebecca. And Deb up! Step up! Goldeneye. See if I missed anybody else coming in here. Yeah, McLean looked amazing, but it came down to this is the 1-0. The throw back behind the runner at second as Ramirez is back in time, 1-1, called for a strike. So he started off wanting an elite hitter and a very good pitcher for Crochet. I'm like, I'm not giving you two great players for one great player. Like, what are we doing here? You're going to have to come, because eventually I was like, well, then you're going to have to send me a second player too, as the first pitch is a curveball outside wide, 2-1. And finally he texts me back. He goes, how about we just do 1 for 1? I'll give you Crochet and you pick. And it was between, do I get rid of Max Fried or do I get rid of Nolan McLean? And I looked at both of them. I looked at a lot of their numbers and what their schedule was going to be like. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls away, 2-2. What it really came down to me was this. Nolan McLean has not had Tommy John surgery before. Max Fried has. He's less likely to get it again. So let's just go with Max Fried. And if I get to choose, I'd much rather have a Yankee stay around with me than a Met. I hated giving up McLean, but that's just one of the... You got to give something to get something. The 2-2 from May. The pitch on the way. Swing, slices it towards left center field. That's down for a base hit, and that's going to score the first run. Good piece of hitting out there by Manzardo, and Cleveland leads it 1-0. No, McLean's not 30. McLean is like 24, I think. John's already drunk. First pitch is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. This is the Nolan McLean that pitches for the Mets. I don't know who you're confusing him with. Understood, Deb. Look busy. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it foul. It's 0-2. It's pretty common here on the day games. We get a lot of people that tune in, but they're not able to talk. Two-one count. Pitch on the way. Change up right there for a strike, and that'll end the inning. But not before Cleveland puts one on the board. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio Network. Cleveland and St. Louis in Missouri.
Check this out. Did you guys know that Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania?
Yes. Yeah.
Now think about that. That's crazy. Like 2 cities in one state?
No, that's not crazy.
No, not at all. No. All right. I don't think you understand. There's 2 cities in the same state. Like, how's that even possible?
All states have more than one multiple city.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So that's what Pennsylvania is.
Oh, no.
Oh, so Philadelphia's not Pennsylvania?
No, Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania. What is this man talking about?
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. The 1960 World Series was between the Pirates and the Yankees and ended with a walk-off homer by Pirates second baseman Bill Mazeroski. The MVP of that series wasn't Mazeroski, but instead it was Yankees player Bobby Richardson. His 12 RBIs led him to becoming the only World Series MVP who was on the losing team.
It is important to remember in an imperfect and fretful world that we have an institution which is practically above reproach and above criticism. Nobody worth mentioning wants to change its constitution or limit its powers. The government is not asked to inspect it, regulate, suppress, guarantee, or own it. There is no movement afoot that we know of to uplift it like the stage, or to abolish it like marriage. No one complains that it is vulgar, like the newspapers, or that it assassinates genius, like the magazines. It rouses no class passions, and while it has magnates, they go unhung with our approval. This once comparatively perfect flower of our sadly defective civilization is, of course, baseball, the only important institution, so far as we remember, which the United States regards with a practically universal approval. Saturday Evening Post.
Welcome back. Cleveland 1, St. Louis nothing. Bottom of the first inning. First pitch on the way is a ball to J.J. Weatherholt. He's batting .231 in his rookie year. It's 1-0. Infield, back into the right, the pitch, swing, and rolls it over to first. That'll be an easy G3 in your scorecard. As Burleson steps on the bag, 1 down. Left to right in the outfield today for Cleveland, it's Valera, Kwan, and DeLauder. Round the horn, third to first, it's Schneemann, Rocchio, Brito, and Manzardo. Bo Naylor is behind the plate. And Slade Ciccone on the bump. Herrera, another youngster for the Cardinals, normally catching, today DHing. First pitch right there, cutter at the knees. It's 0-1. They've got a good young nucleus here in St. Louis. It's going to be a fun team in a couple of years. I do believe that they've got some growing pains they're going to go through, but the future appears to be bright as the 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. They finally kind of tore it down to build it back up. The trades in the offseason of Boston is the 1-1 inside, 2-1. That really sent the message that they were going to, I won't say it's a full rebuild, but it's a pretty big makeover. You've got The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Fouls it down the first base line. 2-2. Herrera's claiming he got hit in the hand. Let me see if that's correct. I thought it hit off the bat, but they have not shown a replay yet. No, it did hit his bat, but he also went around on the swing. So we'll see. Alan Porter's your first base umpire, so get ready for that. See what he ends up calling on this play. If he offered at the ball, oh, it actually stayed fair. I did not see that part of it. They did not show that. The ball stayed fair. So that's what they're talking about right now. They didn't follow it all the way down. So here comes the call from Porter. Looks like he's going to call him out. I don't know. He doesn't know what he's doing. All right, here we go. He's explaining to the crowd right now. He swung and the ball rolled foul or rolled fair, and it would be a G3, but let's see what they actually are going to. There was still no indication by Porter when he was talking to the crowd. Normally you give a sign, and it looks like they might be looking at it. It definitely hit him in the hand, but he also swung at the ball. So that's up to the umpire, and what Alan Porter is essentially doing is he's copping out and turning it upstairs. It hit his hand, then it hit the bat. That's what got it to roll down the line foul. To the letter of the law, if they believe he went around, it's a ground out. But if they believe he held up, it's a hit by pitch. But that is not supposed to be reviewable. It's supposed to go to Porter. But like I said, he's just he's just doing an old-fashioned cop-out and leaving it up to the replay booth. I guess he wants to make sure that the ball hit him in the hand. But tell you one thing, he's looking at his hand, Herrera. He keeps taking his glove off and looking at his hand. He's still standing at home plate, so we're waiting for the review. Nothing is happening. You're not missing anything. And here comes the call from Porter. And he's doing a whole lot of what had happened was. We're waiting for the actual call. So it looks like they're going to have him go back into the box, and they are. So when it's all said and done, it's a 2-2 count. As Herrera gets back in the box, righty-righty matchup. The first pitch off of that review is a four-seam fastball from Ciccone, and it's down and away, full count. This is the umpiring crew we talked about the other day that's got to be one of the worst in all of baseball, because you got Porter, Jim Wolf, and Roberto Ortiz all on the same. They're the best umpire by numbers is behind the plate today on this crew, the 3-2. Just below the knees, missed ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So it's a one-out walk for St. Louis. Yeah, the ball hit his fingers, but then it hit the bat, and it rolled foul. So what they were saying was that he did offer at the ball, but the ball was dead because it hit his fingers and then the bat. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Alec Burleson is fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Burleson batting .270 on the year with 2 home runs. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. It's a hard argument to make either way on that particular one, because if you think he held up, 1-1 swing and a miss, 1-2 ball in the dirt, as Cicconi's looking at his footing where he came off the mound at. Must have slid. Appears to be okay. But if you concede that basically, if you're trying to make the argument that he didn't swing and that he should have had the hit by pitch, then had it hit the bat is how they're going to argue it. The 1-2 pitch, swing, rolls it up the middle, and that's going to get through the defense. The 4-6 hole, throw comes in, and first to third on the hit. Good running there by Herrera, and it is runners on the corners for the Cardinals, trailing 1-0. Worm burner through the hole. One to nothing your score. And Jordan Walker coming to the plate. He's got 8 home runs already in 17 games. First pitch is upstairs, misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. Jordan Walker, who leads the major leagues in home runs, still just 23 years old. I remember when he came up a few years ago, it seems like he ought to be older. The 1-0 pitch, swing, lifts it into left field. Coming in, making the catch in left is Valera. He'll fire it to the plate, and they're going to hold the runner at third. And good running by Burleson. He gets up to second. When the throw came into the infield, it was cut off in the middle of the infield. I believe that was Rocchio that grabbed it and then fired it to second to Brito. Might have been Schneeman. I'll take another look at that. Well, regardless, you'll have runners at second and third and 2 outs. Oh, actually, that was Manzardo. It's hard to tell because everybody's wearing 42 today, so you kind of have to go by their mannerisms. First pitch swinging by Gorman, and that's going to get Cleveland out of the inning. A high fly ball in the left field, making the catch is Church, and the Cardinals threaten but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash, 1-0 here on the BCR doubleheader, game number 1.
Okay, put a finger down if you my ex-boyfriend Steven in the Burger King parking lot.
John Lester will be remembered as a very intense, consistent pitcher. He was so consistent that in 241 starts for the Red Sox, he had a 3.64 ERA, and in 171 starts with the Cubs, he also had a 3.64 ERA. In 1995, a contest was held to name a future Arizona baseball team. The name Diamondbacks won, but there were some other choices. The Arizona Diamondbacks were almost the Rattlers, Scorpions, Phoenixes, or Coyotes.
I like old trucks, I like Nickelback, I like extra large t-shirts that say something funny on them, and I've realized that I am 1 beer belly and 2 ex-wives away from becoming my Uncle Earl.
Y'all, my dog's size and snore is way too hard for somebody who does not contribute to this household.
We don't have set sides of the bed.
Yeah, we sort of lie down wherever.
What are you, farm animals? Couples have set sides of the bed. Walk me through this. You get ready for bed. You put your sweats on, whatever.
Actually, we sleep naked.
I'm sorry, what? No sides, no clothes, no rules. Basically, your bedroom is Thunderdome. Filthy, naked hippies.
Baseball's thought of as this game of geometry. The game of geometry. It's perfect. It's 90 feet, it's 60 feet, it's this, it's that. Everything's perfect, right angles, everything's all that. And then it has the strictest rules, and it has the strictest history, everything interpreted. And kids play it all over the place with 2 bases, 1 base, with the car parked in the middle of where they're playing. They play it in the street. We played it in the hollow, used trees for bases. We call it the hollow, where I lived in Lexington, Virginia. We had a wonderful baseball game. You can improvise baseball in a living room. You can improvise baseball on a New York street, and people do every day. You can play it in a pasture. You can play it on the side of a hill. You can play baseball anywhere.
Play baseball anywhere, even inside your YouTube. 1-0 your score. Dustin May goes back to work. First pitch is upstairs, misses high, four-seam fastball. 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. What you'll see from May is a four-seamer he throws 30% of the time, and a sweeper at 21%. The sinker at 20 is the 1-0. Swing, slices it back foul. Juan Brito. 1-1. He's got a cutter at 11 and a changeup at 9. Curveball 8%. So a true kitchen sinker. Doesn't really have one dominant pitch that he stays on all the time. He has 6 different pitches that he can throw at any time. 1-1 count. Former Dodger drops a curveball there on the outer edge. 1-2. He's cut his hair a little bit. When he came up with the Dodgers, it was always bushing out on the sides. He's got red hair, so I always called him Sideshow Bob. The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. 2-2 count. Kind of missed the Sideshow Bob look. Welcome in Bean. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up high in the sky. It's going to be F2 in your scorecard, and there's one away. Three to 2 in Baltimore now. The Arizona Diamondbacks lead the Orioles. That game is in the 4th. They were the first game of the day. And they're just getting underway in Boston. Red Sox lead the Twins. Well, Red Sox and Twins are tied up at 0-0, top of the first. Red Sox are threatening. First pitch to Schneemann is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Brings it, swing. That ball is going to get ripped into left field. It's down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single for Cleveland. Pitch to Bo Naylor is a sweeper right there. First strike. It's 0-1. Bo Naylor batting .143 on the year. The 0-1. Right there. Four-seamer. Outer edge. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Runner at first. One out. Infield is playing back, shaded to the right in double play depth. So a huge hole down the third base line, the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Good take there by Bo. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the cutter. Outer edge, and there's two down. Bo Naylor will go have his seat and put his catching gear on, and Brian Rocchio will come to the plate, the number 9 hitter. Quan will move to the on-deck circle. Cleveland leads it 1-0. Left to right in the outfield. For the Cardinals, it's Church, Scott, and Walker. I don't believe we hit that in the first inning. As they flip it over to first to keep the runner close by. Gorman is at third. Wynn is your shortstop. J.J. Weatherholt is playing second, and Burleson is at first. Paez behind the plate. And, of course, Dustin May is on the hill. Rocchio batting 2-0 the first pitch. Runner goes. Here comes the throw down to second base. Looks like they got him. They did. Good throw there by Paez, and that'll end the inning. Cleveland 1, St. Louis nothing. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR early game. First doubleheader of the week. The second one's on Friday.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up? Well, of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat? It's 85 degrees. 85? Do you have any idea how much even a few degrees can impact the gas bill? Of course I do. It's unthinkable. Why is it so hot? Someone fiddled with the thermostat. What? Who would do that? What is going on? Adriana, she turned up the thermostat.
Said she fiddles with the thermostat at your place anytime she damn well pleases.
Hey, you might as well give her your wallet and your 401k while you're at it.
Brad, do you let the kids touch the thermostat at your house?
What? No. The thermostat is a sacred covenant. I can't believe we're even talking about this. This is madness.
Lou Gehrig hit his first career home run on September 27th, 1923. He hit his final home run on September 27th, 1938. In total, he hit 5 home runs on September 27th. 2 of those came off of Hall of Famer Lefty Grove in 1931 and 1933.
Bed check, dumbass.
Holy crap!
No, it is not a bad check. We just want to say goodnight, and we love you very, very much. What are you doing?
Oh, just nailing his window shut for his own good.
What if there's a fire?
Well, then I guess you can just light your dope with it, dopehead. If you look at pictures of, say, the 1915 Pirates, you're going to see a very different kind of face than you see today. Hard men. Baseball at that point was a way out of the mines. This was a way for immigrant Americans to make a career. And they were tough men. Hungry young men coming after the established older men. Baseball was played with a ferocity of kind of life and death, which in a sense it was for these players. So it represented the rise of American striving in a certain way.
Slade Ciccone goes back out there for inning number 2. The first pitch is a 4-seam fastball. Mason Wynn, it's 1-0. We've seen Wynn a few times here in Braves country. Man, that kid can play the field like nobody's business up the middle. The 1-0 pitch. Upstairs for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. He's off a bit to a slow start in this season, batting just 182. On deck is Church and then Paez. All 3 of the guys due up in this inning, hitting under 200. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. 3-2 now in Baltimore. Arizona over the Orioles. First pitch to Church. He's going to drop a bunt down. That is a perfect bunt. He is going to find his way onto first base. You couldn't bowl that thing down the third base line any better. And it's a 1-out single, infield single for Church and the St. Louis Cardinals. Good piece of hitting there. Still nothing in the bottom of the first. With the Twins and the Red Sox as the 1-0 pitch goes in, and Church is off to the races. And is he safe? This one, he is safe. So he gets aboard by dropping a bunt and then steals second. A self-made double, so to speak. First pitch to Paez off of that 1-0. Misses outside wide, ball 2-0. 2-0 count, Cleveland 1, St. Louis nothing. Cardinals threatening. On deck is Victor Scott II. 1-0. Carries and fires, swing, fouls away. Ciccone, by the way, sitting at 23 pitches. As Paez steps out of the box. The 2-1. Brings it out high and out of the zone. It's 3-1. 3-1 count. Turns and clicks, and the pitch is lifted high down the right field line. Bending. Foul into the seats. Pretty empty stadium so far, this early pitch. I guess it's just about to turn 1 o'clock Eastern in St. Louis. A lot of the fans have rain gear on, so there must still be a threat of rain in the area, though I'm not showing it on my tracker. The payoff pitch, swing, rips it into left field, down for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is up the line, a head first slide, and we got a tie ball game. On the throw, Paez turns up, and he heads to second base. And St. Louis has tied the game 1-1. Just past the outstretched glove of Rocchio. The throw is up the line. Naylor with a pretty good throw after he corralled it towards second base. First pitch is a four-seamer. Victor Scott the second. Tying out of the zone. It's 1-0. Light hitting center fielder, but man, he can fly, and he's got a good glove. The 1-0 right there. At the knees, 1-1. And what we saw Church do a little while ago, Victor Scott has made a living on that. He can drop a bunt at any time with his speed. It kind of reminds you of the old Cardinals Whitey Herzog days of having these guys that can put bat to ball and use their speed. The 1-1 swing and a miss. And on his hands, it's 1-2. Top of the order due up after Scott. Runner at second and 1 out. Weatherholt is standing on deck. Herrera in the hole. The 1-2. Runner with a huge running start. And he's going to steal third with ease. My God, Paez. They were not holding him on. And he looked like Fred Flintstone there as he disappeared out of the picture. He just started moving his feet and he says, all right, you're not going to do anything about this. I'm going to take it. And the catcher steals third. His first stolen base of the season, not shocking. You see his build. Pitch on the way to Scott. Is fouled straight back. Weatherholt, excuse me. It's fouled straight back. It's on 1. 2 down. J.J. Weatherholt, the batter. The 0-1, high and out of the zone. 1-1. Runner at third, 2 outs. Clean that up. The pitch on the way. Inside, just missed it. He missed the mark by maybe an inch. 2-1. 1-0 Minnesota over Boston. I believe it was Buxton that hit a home run in that game. The 2-1. Brings it. Swing, rolls it foul. 2-2. The 2-2. High and out of the zone, full count. Curveball, hanging curveball by Ciccone. Full count. Runner at third, the pitch. Inside ball four, and he'll head on down to first. Runners at the corners now, 2 outs. Herrera the batter. First pitch to start off the at-bat to Herrera from Ciccone is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. The 0-1. Brings it. Sweeper misses high and out of the zone. Ciccone, four-seam fastball 35% of the time, and then the cutter at 24%. Curve 23, sinker 10, sweeper 8, and a slider 2%. So he's a bit of a kitchen sinker too. The 1-1 pitch swing, that ball is sliced down the right field line and just foul. It's 1-2. That missed pay dirt by just a few feet to the right of the foul line. That would have scored at least one. J.J. Weatherholt was flying around the bases. That probably would have scored too. 1-1 your score. Wasn't a hard hit ball, but it was sinking towards pay dirt. The 1-2 pitch. Slade flips it over to first. Keeps him close by. Game 1 of the doubleheader later on tonight, 7:15. Bryce Elder and your Atlanta Braves taking on Chris Paddock and the Marlins. And then we have a day off on Thursday as the 1-2 fouls it back. Friday, another doubleheader. It'll be Mets and Cubs at 2:20. And Braves at the Phillies. 6:40 first pitch. Kind of an early pitch there on Friday. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing. Smacks it down the first base side, but it chops foul just past the tarps. I can't see the tarps in St. Louis without thinking about Vince Coleman. Y'all, anyone who's old enough to remember that in the 80s, that was just a brutal way to lose a guy. In the playoffs, no doubt. The 1-2. Misses high and out of the zone, 2-2, and the Cardinals will take another base. They're just running left and right on Ciccone. He's got kind of a long leg kick. Kind of like what you saw last night, the Marlins taking advantage of Raylo. The 2-2 pitch, swing! Punches it towards the dugout. Do it again. Deuces wild. We're here in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. A single would most likely score 2. And Herrera trying to fight his way aboard. Burleson in the hole. Here's the pitch. Swing. Chased one a little bit out of the zone. Punches it backwards. 2-2. While all this is going on, Slade Cicconi's about to throw his 45th pitch. We're only in the second inning. This is the 9th pitch of this at-bat. The 2-2. High, now the zone, full count now. The payoff pitch. High and inside, ball 4, and that'll load the bases. So ducks all over the pond now. And Carl Willis is going to go out there and talk to the man on the mound, Cicconi. Nothing else. He's just trying to give him a break. He's been out there. It's got to be up near 30 pitches in this inning. I don't have that in front of me, but he's thrown 46. He started this inning, I believe it was right around 17, give or take. So here we go. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Burleson digging in. Righty-lefty. First pitch. Good four-seam fastball. Top shelf tequila on the inner cut. Left-hand side. 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Right there. Four-seam fastball, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. He's gone fastball. Standing on deck is Walker. So a big pitch here. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the cutter on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. Bullet dodged by Cleveland. That could have gotten ugly. We'll be back in a flash. It's their turn to burn when we return. Top of the third we go, 1-1.
I'm not saying that it's rough where I live, but my Walmart is selling Father's Day cards in packs of 5.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Big Sexy Bartolo Colon is a very fondly remembered player. When he hit a home run against the Padres in 2016, he actually set a record. He became the oldest player to hit his first career home run at 42 years old. Milky Cabrera, in 2012, after getting suspended for high testosterone levels, he made a fake website to try and challenge his suspension. He argued that this phony website he created had given him banned substances without his knowledge. Unsurprisingly, the plan didn't work.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
I will not tolerate profanity, obscene language, or personal insults from my bench. I will always insist, as long as I am manager of the club, that my boys be gentlemen. There is room for gentlemen in any profession. Connie Mack.
Baseball was Mac's livelihood, but it was also his life, and he was worried about the game's integrity. The real name of the man who built the Athletics was Cornelius Alexander McGillicuddy. Born in 1862 to Irish immigrants, he began as a catcher. He spent 11 years in the majors, managed to play every position except third base and pitcher, and vigorously supported John Montgomery Ward and his ill-fated Players' League. In 1901, he became part owner of the Philadelphia Athletics and immediately made himself manager, a post he held for 50 years. Connie Mack became baseball's most conspicuous gentleman, managing in coat and tie, demanding that his players be on their best behavior.
We go to the top of the third inning. Dustin May goes back to work. 32nd pitch of the day. Fires a four-seamer up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Brings it. Inside cutter. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and fires. Caught looking right there on the inner cut. It's 1-2. That's a nasty, filthy sink. That's probably the best sinker that May has thrown all day. The 1-2. Brings it. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Good held up there. 2-2. 2-2 count. Rocks and brings it. Swing, slices it over towards the left side of the infield, and that ball is going to roll fair, bang into the third base bag, and it's a leadoff infield single by the Guardians. So Cleveland gets things going. It's one of those ones that Gorman just had to let roll and hope that it went foul. He was going to have no chance of getting Rocchio running down the line on the shift. Stephen Kwan, the batter, he doubled his first time up down the left field line. Takes the first pitch. Curveball misses outside wide. It's 1-0. 1-0. Rips it down the first base line. Just foul. Diving attempt by Burleson over there at first base. Just went under his glove and just went foul. The ball was rocketed. Actually went off his glove. I guess it just went foul because his glove is what knocked it deep into the foul territory. The 1-1. Comes set. May. He'll flip it over first. Man, high throw. Good job by Burleson to keep that from going all the way into foul territory. Remember the big open foul territory here in St. Louis. That ball would have rolled for days. He just got to the top of his reach. The 1-1 pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. 1-2. Nate Burleson needed all 6 foot and 225 pounds of him at the top of his jump to keep that from sailing into the foul territory. The 1-2 in the dirt. Good stop there by Paez to keep that from going back to the backstop. 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Rips it over to first. L3 steps on the pillow. Double play. Good play over there by Burleson. Ball was smoked. He hopped, grabbed it, stepped on the bag, and there's quickly 2 down. Really nothing Rocchio could do there because you can't be that close to the bag before the ball is hit or you'll never get to second. He was only a couple of steps away, just had no chance to get back. Chase Day Lauder, the batter. The first pitch is outside wide to the Perfume Man. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires. Bang, right there, sweeper. 1-1. Estimate those long legs. And he doesn't have anyone on base. It really helps him out. Got a slow kick that he has to speed up when runners are on. The 1-1 pitch outside. Changeup misses. 2-1. Destimay originally came up with the Dodgers. 6'6", 180. It's out of Justin, Texas. The 2-1. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. And that'll be an F6 in your scorecard. Mason Wynn underneath it. Will head to the bottom of the third. 0-0 here on Jackie Robinson Day.
Some people are like old TVs. They need to be slapped a few times to get the picture.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Mark Lemke played for 11 seasons and had 3,664 career regular season plate appearances. You may be asking yourself, what is crazy about that? In his entire career, he was never hit by a pitch. Lemke also had 257 career postseason plate appearances, and you guessed it, he was never hit by a pitch.
In 1910, Ty Cobb was locked in a fierce battle with Napoleon Lajoie of the Cleveland Indians for the batting championship of the American League. The hugely popular Lajoie had led the league in batting twice before and was considered the greatest second baseman in the game. The Chalmers Motor Company had offered a new car to the man who won the title. Cobb wanted that car, but he was so detested by those who played against him that when he and Lajoie were neck and neck for the title at the very end of the season, the manager of the St. Louis Browns, just to spite Cobb, ordered his third baseman to play so deep that Lajoie got 6 bunt singles in a row. The manager was found out and fired. Cobb ended up winning the title by a single percentage point. Years later, it was discovered that in fact Lajoie should have won. Cobb's average had been inflated by counting 1 game twice, but both men got cars. It would be the first of 10 cars Cobb would receive over his career.
Welcome back. First pitch to Jordan Walker. Cutter misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Another one. Misses high, 2-0. He's gone cutter sweeper. Both pitches have missed well over the letters, but over the plate. He's got to be careful here. Jordan Walker leading the league with 8 home runs. The first 17 games, he is red hot. The 2-0. Pitches out of the zone. 3-0. Walker flew out to left his first time up. Three-0 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Chased a four-seamer well out of the zone. That's the type of plate discipline that has gotten Walker in trouble over his young career. When he's hot, he's really hard to handle, but he'll chase those pitches well out of the zone. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That pitch looked like it was a little high, too. I believe all 6 of those pitches were high, over the plate, but well out of the zone. He chased on 3 of them. Spencer Strider will begin a rehab assignment tomorrow in High A Rome. Got to figure if he's going to get... They're projecting 40 to 45 pitches in that first outing, as the first pitch to Gorman is inside, just misses 1-0. So that would put him next week somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday to pitch again. They'll probably give him an extra day off, so we'll say Wednesday is the 1-0. Chops it back foul, four-seamer to Gorman. It's 1-1. Gorman flew out to left his first time up. And so that would put, on that second go-around, you're talking about probably 60 pitches. So if we play this out in our heads, is the 1-1. Misses, ball 2-1. It would then put him in late April for his third start. Let's say around the 28th is the 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up high in the sky. F3, can of corn. Man, that took forever to come down. Catch over there made by Manzardo, 2 down. And so his fourth and final start you would expect to be somewhere around Cinco de Mayo. Now, they could have him have that start in the major leagues if he's doing well, if he's feeling well. But they could push it back to where he doesn't come to the Atlanta Braves until as the first pitch swinging by Wynn, fouls it back. Do it again. That would put him in an Atlanta Braves uniform somewhere around May 10th or 11th, possibly even the 12th. But if all goes perfectly, you're talking about around Cinco de Mayo, the 1-0, the 0-1, excuse me. Four-seam fastball, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. How much does Lopez make a year? Well, he's got a, are you talking about Ronaldo Lopez? He signed that contract with the Braves a few years back as the 0-2. Swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? Foul territory. Third base side, it will not. Yeah, so he signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Braves when he came aboard, if y'all remember, and it was, so it wasn't an even, the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. One-two count. So this year he's making 14 is the short of it. If you're asking about this year, the 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. Down the left field line, giving chase. Making the acrobatic catch out there is Rocchio. That ball's about to hit the ground, and he almost overran it, dove back to his right side, and makes the tumbling catch. We'll be back in a flash. Cleveland will grab the sticks when we return.
You people that walk in the middle of a parking lot, like right down the middle, are wild to me. And then you turn around and you're like, oh, I had no idea there was a car behind me in the middle of a parking lot. Must suck to suck. There's way too many people outside.
You know that there was an illegal gambling operation going on just down the street from where you live?
No. It was illegal. What that's that? I ain't heard nothing about that.
Armchair.
Cheating on me? That's easy. But trying to stop your car with no brake pads ain't.
The Steve Bartman incident was a very controversial play in which Bartman accidentally prevented a Cubs outfielder from catching a ball, which then spiraled into the Cubs losing the game and eventually the championship series. Cubs fans were livid with Bartman, but the actual Cubs team was apologetic. In fact, after winning it all in 2016, the Cubs decided to give Bartman a World Series ring.
They should have x-rayed your head at the hospital. They did. And for your information, they found nothing.
On November 13th, 1911, John Jordan O'Neill, who would one day become one of baseball's greatest ambassadors, was born in the Gulf Coast port town of Carabel, Florida, the grandson of a slave.
Every town had a baseball team. In my town, Carabel, they had a little local baseball team, and my father played on the baseball team. It was only 4 high schools in the state of Florida a black kid could attend, so just elementary education. Well, so I've got to go to the Sarah Field. And in that Sarah Field, I was a box boy. I'm sitting behind the boxes one day, and it was hot in Florida, and I was sweaty, and that muck was, I'm itching, and I said, damn, it's got to be something better than this.
Welcome back here. 1-1 your score, top of the 4th inning. First pitch on the way from Dustin May. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, brushes Jose Ramirez back from the left side of the plate. It's 1-0. Jose reached on a fielder's choice his first time up and scored a run as the 1-0. Sweeper just misses too, and I didn't challenge it, but man. The 2-0 count. Swing pops it up. High in the sky. F7 in your scorecard, 1 down. Will they lose their game checks? I don't know if y'all are talking about the fine, just the fine, but you also lose your game checks when you're suspended. I know one thing, if Walt Weiss gets fined anything, Ray Lowe ought to pay for it because he's the only one that got his nose dirty in that situation. Ray Lowe was backpedaling and running the whole time, just swinging. It was like a slap fight. Manzardo hacks the first pitch he sees and bangs it down the first base line. It's 0-1. Boston 5-1 over Minnesota. That game is heading to the bottom of the 3rd. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You just got to do the math, Hedgehog. Just look at whatever you're paid, divide it by 162. The 0-2 count. So, for instance, if you were getting paid $162,000 a year, which none of these guys get paid that low, is the 0-2 pitch. Swing, fouls it away. We do it again. It would be 5-game suspension. You're talking about getting fined $5,000. 0-2 count. Rain is starting to fall here. If we end up in a rain delay, we don't return on these doubleheaders. We have to get ready for the night's game. The 0-2 pitch, swing, rolls it up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single. Hopefully it's not big-time rain coming in. Single by Manzardo as he heads to first. Get things going here in the top of the 4th. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're seeing that he got fined and the check, if you're seeing that he got fined, then it would be the fine on top of it. It's usually how it works. I don't know what Pete is referring to. She'd have to explain it. The 1-0 swing, slices it. towards left, and that ball's going to get over the glove of the left fielder Church. Misplayed it, and the runner coming home, he's going to be dead meat. That was a bad send. Bad send. Cooked at the plate. Runner at second now and 2 outs. I think he actually might have scurried up to third. Have to take a look at that. Waiting for the cameras to readjust. Ball went over the head of the left fielder, Church, and he played it off the hop pretty well and fired it home. The third base coach, Ron Pop Warner, he might need an eye adjustment check. Or maybe he's the original Pop Warner. He's like 200 years old, but that was a bad send. So runner at third, 2 outs. And May is kicking dirt where he lands as the first base umpire, Alan Porter, checking to make sure he's okay and ready to roll. He is. Rain looks like it may have actually stopped. I have to get a different angle on a different camera, but might have just been a really quick light shower. Pitch on the way is a cutter up top for a strike. It's on 1. If he was fined around 400,000. Well, if he was fined, then you can add it on top of the game checks. That's the short of it. The 0-1. It's weird. It's weird that it's put around 400,000. The 0-1. This is high and out of the zone. 1-1. So 1-1 count. What's your source, PETA? I can tell you right now. If you tell me your source, I can tell you if it's legit. The 1-1. Right there. Smacks the sweeper on the outer edge. 1-2. The 1-2 count. And they're challenging that. The Guardians challenge it, and it is a strike. So they lose a challenge. The 1-2. May, his 58th pitch of the day. And I think he was calling that a ball. Now St. Louis is one that challenged. That did look like it hit the zone. And strike 3. So they win their challenge. We'll be back in a flash. 1-1. The rain is continuing to drop a little. It's a light rain. Looks like they could play through it. We'll be back here on the BCR.
I think I have Alzheimer's because I can't remember when I asked you for your opinion.
Crazy stats. Lou Gehrig hit his first career home run on September 27th, 1923. He hit his final home run on September 27th, 1938. In total, he hit 5 home runs on September 27th. 2 of those came off of Hall of Famer Lefty Grove in 1931 and 1933.
She said, "This is the definition of the female gaze."
What? Like lesbians, dude?
The female gaze.
No, they're called lesbians.
No, the female gaze.
Like, I'm not just saying that. Like they prefer to be called lesbians,
dude. The female gaze, like with your eyes. You gaze with your eyes.
I have gay eyes. Do I have?
It's almost not even worth it.
No, oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
Don't, oh my god, me, dude. You're the one that don't know the word lesbians.
I know the word lesbian, dude. I mean, like to see, like
they don't see different, dude. I'm
done.
telling you, they don't see any different, though.
I'm done.
I've done the research, dude. I've watched like a ton of footage.
Though Ty Cobb and the Washington Senators star pitcher Walter Johnson were the decade's greatest players, a host of other stars vied for an adoring public's attention. Tris Speaker was Harry Hooper's teammate, the Boston Red Sox regal center fielder. A former rodeo cowboy whose fans called him the Gray Eagle, he transformed outfield play. He played so shallow that he often recorded unassisted double plays at second base. He threw out a record 35 American League base runners in a single season twice. During a slump in 1910, he was asked by his manager to give up his cherished third spot in the batting order. Like hell I will, he said, and ended the season the Red Sox best hitter.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is down and in to Church. Four-seam fastball from Ciccone. It's 0-1. The rain does continue to slightly fall. 1-1 your score. So I did the simple math during the break. Is he 0-1? Upstairs for a strike, it's 0-2. So for those of y'all who don't jive with math, don't worry, I got you. I think wherever you read that, they were estimating. Because if you do the simple math on it, the 0-2, swing, rolls it, back towards the mound, it's going to be 1-3, one away. It's about $430,000 that he would miss on his game checks, and that's probably what they're referring to. It's probably some knucklehead that was just guesstimating, didn't know how to do the math, and that's where they came up with the $400,000. I would doubt that it's those 4 game checks on top of $400,000. That seems a little high considering. First pitch upstairs is a cutter to Paez. He's 1 for 1 on the day. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pitch outside the zone, 1-1. So, yeah, my guess would be that that's what they were referring to. Because I never saw an actual fine coming across, so I don't know who said that and how they put it, but I wouldn't use them as a news source going forward. I just tell you that. The 1-1 fouls it back, it's 1-2. I filter my lists on X, and when I see someone say something really dopey that just doesn't jive, I take them off the list. That's how I do it. The 1-2 fouls it back. We'll do it one more time. Because there are some popular pages on X that follow the Braves and other MLB, and so many of them are just... they're inaccurate is the nicest way to put it. The 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. Shallow left field, drifting back, making the catch is Rocchio, and there's 2 down. And with that being said, it does dumbfound you how many followers they'll have, because you're like, man, these fans will just follow anybody that puts up any nonsense. But they'll put things out there, and it's wildly wrong. And all I can say to that is the first pitch is a 4-seam fastball to Scott. It's high and out of zone. It's 1-0. Just, it's all entertainment at the end of the day, but if you're taking what they're saying verbatim, just most of them, I would just take it with a grain of salt. The 1-0 misses high, 2-0. Two-0 count. Outside high. 3-0. The original creator of the bird logo. Oh, for Twitter. I thought you were talking about the Cardinals. Like, that makes no sense. There's no way in hell that guy's 56 years old. Old Twitter that's now X. Gotcha. That's sad. Time was called. They're using a dramatic lens where it looks like it's raining cats and dogs on the Cleveland broadcast, but if you look at the St. Louis broadcast, it doesn't look nearly as bad. So it is starting to come down a little harder, though. The 3-0 pitch right there, 3-1. Haven't had a chance to look at the weather in the St. Louis area You do wonder how much longer they'll have them go out in these conditions. Ciccone, 77th pitch of the day. Swing, fouls it away. Cardinals 1, Cleveland 1. It looks like it's going to clear pretty quickly, so I'm sure they're trying like heck, especially with this being a getaway game, is the four-seam fastball, high and inside, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And so, runner at first, 2 outs. Back to the top of the order with J.J. Weatherholt. Looks like it's just rain coming through. And it looks like it'll be gone in the next 20, 30 minutes. So if they can hold off on a delay. You put it in delay, then it starts the whole mess of having to stop it and start it. They flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Seems like every time we deal with St. Louis, there's rain. Remember that meetup we had in Georgia in the final game of the season? What was this, like 2 or 3 rain delays? And they were long. The game started at 1 o'clock and would finish around 9. Pitch on the way is down towards second as the runner goes. Here comes the throw towards second as the runner goes, and it's going to be a stolen base, I believe. He is in there. And so Victor Scott, who's got blinding speed, head first slide. I mean, he took off about 20, 30 feet before the bag. Glided in there. It's his 3rd stolen base of the season. So Weatherholt, the 1-0 pitch, inside, 2-0. Two-0 count. Kicks and fires. Misses outside, 3-0. The 3-0. Right there, taking all the way. Cutter as a hanger. Sure, Weatherholt would have loved to swing at that, but with 3-0, trying to work his way aboard. The 3-1. Four-seam fastball, full count. Full count. Pitch is inside, ball 4. So J.J. Weatherholt works his way aboard. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Carl Willis is coming back out there to talk. $84 pitches for Ciccone. One of the things that Cleveland's probably trying to figure out as well is the fact that if they think it's going to get shut down because of rain, they don't want to send someone out there on the mound right now and then the game gets shut down and then you have to put a new guy in an hour later. It's 5-5 as the Orioles have just tied it up with Arizona. They're in the 7th. Boston leads Minnesota 5-1. First pitch to Herrera as we go back to the action. Runners at first and second. Right there at the knees, it's 0-1. Von Herrera, 2 walks on the day. They are big on this youngster, too. The 0-1. Open stance from the right side. Four-seamer right down the pipe. It's 0-2. Kind of reminds me of the Acuna batting stance, but it's actually a little more open. He's got the same hand placement, just a little more, kind of if you mixed Ozzy's lefty and Acuna's righty stance. The 0-2. Swing! Lifts it out to right field, and that'll be a F9 your scorecard. Cicconi's talking to himself. As long as he doesn't answer himself, I think we'll be all right. 1-1, we go to the 5th. It's time to take the 5th here on the BCR.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
It's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers! I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands are full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins. A day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Forget it, he's rolling.
I think he'll ever get out of here.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back. 1-1 your score. First pitch is right there for a strike to start off the at-bat with Schneemann. Dustin May back out there again. It's 0-1. The 0-1 drops the cutter below the knees. 0-2. Man, I can't wait for Atlanta to get out of playing the Florida teams. I hate the way I have to bring all the games when I'm in the blackout market. The 1-1. Upstairs for a strike. 1-2. Because of the way we do it, I'm constantly during the breaks trying to realign it back up to where it is, where it meets up with your 3D, because it keeps moving, keeps drifting back. It's just unbelievable. The 1-2 just misses out of the zone. 2-2. The 2-2 count. I already looked at it. I was like, thank God we don't play the Marlins again for about a month. Can we get out of their division? The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. They've talked about putting Atlanta in Miami and Tampa Bay's division. And if that happens, I'm gonna have to figure out the old-fashioned way to get it, because I can't do half the games basically with one eye closed. The 2-2 pitch. Bang, right there on the outer edge. Good pitch by Dustin May. 1 down. May drops his ERA now down to 7.64. Tyler O'Neill of the Orioles and Mountcastle both hit the IL. Mountcastle moved to the 60-day IL with his left foot injury. First pitch is upstairs inside the Naylor. It's 1-0. 1-0. Sinker misses. Ball 2-0. The 2-0 count. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. Yeah, 21. That Dodgers-Mets game. So this morning, getting ready for the broadcast, I was listening to the replay because I wasn't back in time to hear it live, but I was listening to the replay of Boomer and Gio coming out of New York as the 2-1. Swing, fouls it down the third base line, foul territory, sticking his glove up to make the catch and drops it. Gorman drops the ball. Won't be an error because it's in foul territory, but he should have had that one. I don't know if the raindrops played a part in that. He got to the ball, he just misplayed it. But someone's got to hide their belts and shoelaces at the fan in New York as the 2-2. Swing lifts it high into center field, drifting back at the warning track, making the catch is Victor Scott the second. 2 down. They had their daubers in the dirt because of the way the Mets and Yankees are playing. The two main hosts on that show are Mets fans, but they cover Yankees baseball on the station, so they talk it all. And then I guess there's been a bad year in New York hockey, so they were complaining about that as the pitch is outside wide. It's 1-0. And then, of course, the Jets and Giants stunk, so they were talking about how miserable it's been to be a New York sports fan. The 1-0. Right there at the knees, 1-1. You would think a city that large that spends as much money as they do and has that many different professional teams, that one of them would be doing well. The 1-1, swing, chops it foul, do it again. Infield is back into the right, 2 outs here. May, by the way, just 72 pitches, so he can come out there for a 6th inning. They really haven't made him work. Both teams had opportunities to score early in the game, and now we're just knotted up at 1. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. May slipped a little bit off the mound. Two count. Kicks and fires. Swing, smacks it up the middle, and that should be a 6-3 to end the inning. It is. 1-1 your score. Bottom of the 5th we go. The Birds will grab the bats here in St. Louis.
Oh my God, you smell like weed. Oh well, you smell like your husband left you for a younger woman, Carol. Shut the up.
Welcome to a day in the life of an umpire in the late 1800s. Many were ex-ball players with little to no prior experience. One umpire presided over a game, and that one umpire worked the entire homestand. They would stand behind the catcher until someone got on base. Once someone got on, they would move behind the pitcher and call balls and strikes from there. They were often responsible for many things at once, making sure runners touch bases, keeping an eye on the ball, and calling close plays. Sometimes all at the same time. It wasn't until 1885, 9 years after the first professional umpire, before they began wearing chest protectors for the first time. They were paid $5 by the home team per game. The home team chose the umpires from a list of 5 names submitted by the visiting club. Umpires were routinely spiked, kicked, cursed, and spat on by players while fans hurled debris at them from the stands. Despite there being no dress code, they often wore a top hat, a Prince Albert coat, and a cane. There was a high turnover rate due to low pay and poor working conditions.
Question 2. Who would you rather spend the night with? A, your wife, or B?
Kirk Gibson walking off Game 1 of the 1988 World Series is one of the most iconic home runs of all time. Despite how famous the play is, nobody knows where the home run ball itself is located. The bat, helmet, and jersey from that moment are all accounted for, but the ball has seemingly disappeared.
Walk around Walmart eating grapes all day, nobody says a word. I open one Miller Life, they call the law.
Eddie Collins first played in Connie Mack's celebrated $100,000 infield, but was sent to the Chicago White Sox when Mack sold off his championship team. Collins hit over .340 for 10 seasons and played second base with such cheerful confidence in his own skills that opponents and teammates alike called him Cocky Collins.
Welcome back. First pitch swinging by Burleson. He'll roll a soft one over to first. G3 on your scorecard, and there's one away. New pitcher for Cleveland, it's Brogdon. Connor Brogdon coming in with a 3.18 ERA and a .71 whip. Jordan Walker standing at the plate now. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and in. Changeup misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Jordan Walker 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and a strikeout. The 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 1-1. Red Sox continue to pile it on Minnesota. It's now 6-1 there in the fifth. The 1-1 four-seam fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. We'll come on the air 6:45 Bean and 7:15 first pitch. Night games in Atlanta are almost all 7:15 unless it's a national broadcast these days. The 1-2. Brings it out of the zone. 2-2. Still think Major League Baseball needs to step in and make all teams' first pitches uniform across the league as the 2-2 outside wide. Full count. And that may come when they get to the new television agreement here in the back end of this decade. A lot of things are going to change about the way you consume the game, but it makes no sense that like the Braves start at 7:15 when they're at home as the payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up. High down the right field line. Coming in, making the running catch. F9 your scorecard, 2 down. And then when you go on the road, it may be 10 after the hour. Toronto plays 7 minutes after the hour. It doesn't make any sense. Like why make the fan guess? They should all be uniform. 7:05 Eastern or local time. We'll just say local time. 7:05 local time. 2 down. You don't see that nonsense going on in the NFL on a Sunday. We're like, well, I don't know what time they play as the first pitch on the way. The four-seam fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, I'm a New York fan, but they're playing in Minnesota today, so it may be 1:17 p.m. The 0-1 pitch, swing. Lifts it high into center field, and that's going to be a really quick inning for Brogdon. We'll head to the top of the 6th. 1-1 your score here in St. Louis.
So I was on my way home the other day, and I seen this homeless man. I stopped to check on him. He said, "Hey, bud, you couldn't spare a couple dollars, could you?" I opened my wallet and had $2 in. I said, "Yeah, I got $2 here," and went to hand it to him, and I stopped and I said, "Hey, I'm just curious. You gonna spend this money on alcohol, are you? Whiskey, wine, anything like that?" He said, "No, sir." I said, "I quit drinking many years ago." I was like, "Well, all right, that's good, but you ain't gonna spend it on gambling, are you? Like lottery tickets and stuff?" He said, "No, sir. I quit that gambling years ago. I'm just trying to get day by day, man. Every little bit helps." I said, "All right, well, you ain't gonna spend it on them there drugs, are you? Cocaine, marijuana, methamphetamines?" He said, "No, I give up doing the drugs too, bud." He said, "I'm just trying to get myself together." I said, all right, well, hold on. You know what? I'm going to take this $2 back home, and I'm just going to take you with me. And I'm going to get my wife to cook you a hot meal." And he said, "Well, I'm much obliged, sir. I surely appreciate it." He said, "Well, why would you do that?" I said, I just want to show what happens if I was to quit drinking, lottery, and get off cocaine."
First baseman Hal Chase, Prince Hal, was charming and skilled enough to have become one of baseball's most popular stars. But he was also so unabashed about consorting with gambling that 3 different managers accused him of throwing game, and fans took to chanting, "What's the odds?" whenever he took the field.
Chase was a great fielding and decent hitting first baseman for the New York team in the American League. He was a gambler and he ran with the gambling crowd, and he lived very well on the winnings that he got from making errors when he needed to make errors. He was a scary figure. Scary because he was tolerated, scary because of what he did, scary too because in 1916, as Christy Mathewson, the great Christian gentleman, is completing his career with the Cincinnati Reds, Chase is on that team, and Chase's open vituperative scorn for somebody who lived so well and so purely was beyond ugliness.
Welcome back. Top of the 6th we go. Stephen Kwan leading off for Cleveland. He'll drop a bunt down the third base line, but a roll foul. It's 0-1. With the rain that has fallen, it appears that most of it is gone. I don't see any falling right now. It's still wet conditions. It's really not a bad idea by Kwan there because the ball is going to roll really slow. Has a much better chance of staying fair. You could see somebody getting bored in a big spot here in the later innings. The 0-1 misses outside wide, 1-1. It's a 1-1 count. Yeah, I mean, 7:05 to me, local. It's more than enough time because even on the East Coast, most offices close at 5, so it gives you 2 hours to get home and watch the game or to go to the park. There's the 1-1 right there on the outer edge, 1-2. Atlanta waits till 7:15 for one reason only. They're trying to sell more concessions to you. I don't think anybody else starts that late past the hour until you start talking about is the 1-2. Swing, fouls it away. Do it again. When you start talking about teams that start at 40 after the hour, well, that's actually ahead of time. So you're talking about, like, for instance, out in Colorado, when the game started at 6:40 local time, you're actually talking about being 25 minutes ahead of what I'm referring to. It's a 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that your businesses on the West Coast close early because they have to open earlier to deal with Eastern. The 2-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. That philosophy doesn't fly. Just start them earlier. Start the anthems earlier. 2-2 count. May comes set. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone. Four-seam fastball, May at 81 pitches now. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it into right field, but right at Walker. He'll drift over, make the easy catch. One down. Chase DeLauder, the batter now. I mean, if you're talking about playing both national anthems, they usually play the national anthem much earlier than just before first pitch. So, for instance, if you're going to start at 7:05 local time, start your anthem at 6:45, 6:50, whatever. First pitch is right there for a strike. Four-seam fastball, it's 0-1. The 0-1. DeLauder 0 for 2 on the day. The pitch inside 1-1. 1-1 count. 1-1 your score. Destin May throws pitch number 85. Way outside wide. Jose Ramirez stands on deck. Manzardo in the hole. The 2-1 pitch. Down and away. 3-1. Cleveland 1, St. Louis 1. Top of the 6th inning. It's 7-1 Boston in Minnesota in the 5th. 5-5. They're in the bottom of 9 in Baltimore. The 3-1 as May rolls it up there. Right there for a strike. Cutter on the outer edge. Full count. St. Louis had a dramatic come from behind victory last night. I couldn't believe that one. I saw the end of that. I thought Cleveland had that one put away. The payoff pitch. Outside wide. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. See if that sparks a change here in the pitching. First pitch swinging, and Jose Ramirez goes down. I hope he's okay. Way he first fell. Oh, mercy. He might be injured. He took a hack at the pitch down and in, and the way he fell, I thought he was being comical at first, but he's holding something. Is it his back of his knee or his calf? And now it looks like they're messing with it's his right leg. Might be his ankle. having to help him up. I can't imagine he's going to play through whatever this pain is, regardless how serious it is. It's almost like possibly, well, I don't want to guess, but it's in that area, the back of the heel. The tendon's connected. It was just a normal swing through. Oh, the ball hit him in the shin. I thought he missed it altogether from the first look, but it was just disappearing act on the camera. The ball actually hit him in the shin. So it may not be as bad as it looked. I thought he had fallen after that first swing through and he was holding his leg. I thought he had just fallen through the swing. So looks like he's going to be okay. Just giving him a chance to stretch out, and he appears to be okay. The ball hit him in the shin, but it's right where the shin guard that he has placed hit him. So he's standing up and he's taking some practice swings. When he first swung, the way it looked on the camera, and y'all might have had a different view, but the camera I saw on the St. Louis side, it looked like the ball had missed him and that he had swung through. I thought he kind of corkscrewed him into the ground and fell, and that's why I was laughing, and then I realized he was hurt. So he appears to be okay. Big sigh of relief for my Dynasty Fantasy team. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. Four-seam fastball, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. John, don't worry about Rex. Worry about my Fantasy Dynasty team, man. That's the important thing here. That guy's been a stalwart. The 0-2. Swing, rolls it towards second. It's going to be a 4-6-3. Just get him double play. He's still limping. Good news is he's the designated hitter, so he doesn't have to go to the field, but he's wincing. That's going to leave a mark for sure. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the sixth we go. 1-1 here in St. Louis.
Hello, I'm Charles Daniels. For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help, and for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more.
Sorry?
Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need.
Start higher. I know, right?
$2.99
a month. May not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
What you talking about? All they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't, though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Braves Country Radio.
All right,
Hey, if you want to see this cheap ass white man again, you better send us
$2.99
cash right now. Don't hesitate.
Sucks. It's horse.
Welcome back.
This sucks. And it's horse.
First pitch on the way. Start off the inning. Mason Wynn rolls one up the middle, and it's going to be a leadoff single for the St. Louis Cardinals. Bottom of the sixth, 1-1. Hit the wrong button like 3 times coming in. It's kind of hard out. hard to explain the way this machine works, but it's first pitch, change up, down and away. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. If you accidentally hit it, you can hit the stop, but you don't get the alert. You're not 100% sure if you hit it right. So sometimes you'll triple hit the thing, and it'll start and go 2 or 3 times. The 1-0. Swing. That ball drops down into right field. It's down for a base hit. They'll go station to station. Does a good job out there defensively by DeLauder. Keeps the runners at bay, but it's first and second. Nobody out. To start the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 your score. Pitch on the way to Paez. He's going to bunt it. And oh, my word, the pitcher loses balance, throws it to first from his wallet, and bounces it there for an out. Wow. What a play by Brogdon. The runners at first and second will be safe at second and third. He slipped and threw it from his wallet, and it was a one-hopper. Great job by I believe that was Brito it was Brito that had to come over there and cover the bag. It's hard to tell because everybody's wearing 42. But Brito had to come over to cover the bag and had to stretch, something that a first baseman's used to, but a second baseman not. Pitches a changeup to get the at-bat started to Victor Scott II. It's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Scott, a strikeout and a walk and a stolen base. 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2-2-0. Standing on deck is the top of the order. It'll be Weatherholt, and then Herrera is in the hole. If they keep the line moving, it'll be Burleson and Walker. The infield is in, so a single is going to score 2. The outfield is playing pretty well back. In fact, right field, DeLauder, he's damn near up against the wall. 3-0. That pitch misses one. I don't know why he's standing so far back. Scott is a light hitting outfielder. The 3-0. Upstairs, change up, 3-1. DeLauder, I'm not even sure if he's in the St. Louis zip code. 3-1 count. Outside wide, ball 4. He'll head on down to first. And now, ducks all over the pond. Bases loaded, 1 out. Stephen Vogt's coming out. And I believe he's going to bring the left-hander out of the pen. He is. We'll be back in a flash here on BCR doubleheader. Cleveland and St. Louis locked up in a tight one, bottom of the 6th.
Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Jackie by D.M. McGee, 2024. Long before boycotts, from back of the bus, led by Rosa and King, Jackie and Ricky agreed to the terms and broke barriers on April 15th. Let's not forget Leo and Pee Wee Strong Front, showing the fans there was love. By absorbing the hate the best they knew how, shielding the noise from above. It all took its toll, the burden he carried, knowing it was larger than one. To shatter the glass, restraints of the past, turning cheek, responding to none. He lives in the hall, not just for the feat of changing the world once known. Jackie was great, the field and the plate, and flew around bases towards home. A flawless blend of courage and skill. A hero emerged from the ire. With legions of fans and players alike, generations his story inspired. We don 42 every April 15th to honor the youth that he gave. Disguised as just baseball, but Jackie's first game pioneered the road that was paved. Jackie by D.M. McGee, 2024. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Lefty-lefty matchup. Weatherholt takes one there for a strike. It's 0-1. Bases loaded, one out. Infield is playing double play depth. About halfway. They've creeped in a little bit of the last pitch. As the pitch is in the dirt. New left-hander coming on for Cleveland is Tim Herron. He's got a 0.00 ERA so far this year. The 1-1 pitch. Down and away. 2-1. Boston has taken a commanding 9-1 lead. I thought Jarren Duran had finally done something earlier, but it must have been someone else because he's 0 for 3. They're just showing the stats. The 2-1 right there for a strike. 2-2. He's been a huge disappointment so far. He was hitting the ball well in the WBC too. You kind of expected these guys to take that momentum with them into the regular season. Not many of them have. The 2-2. Swing! That ball's lifted. High into right center field. Drifting over, making the catch is DeLauder. He'll flip it into the infield. And the runners will tag up. All of them will go 90 feet. And it's 2-1 St. Louis. It's a wide throw by DeLauder. The man at first, Scott, with great speed, he recognized that and took off. And a head first slide into second base. I mean, that was no other word for that. That's a weenie arm throw. He just kind of flailed it out there. Good job by Rocchio to try to make that play close, but Scott has elite speed. Really hard to get him once you throw the ball offline like that. So runners at second and third and 2 outs. 2-1 your score. The infield will now play back. So it's going to take a clean hit by Burleson here. Lefty-lefty, first pitch. Bang! Four-seamer at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Willis just woke up from a nap to tell us he's going to go get a nap. The 0-1. Right there for a strike. Four-seamer. It's 0-2.
Good night, Jimbo.
The 0-2. Swing, rolls it up the middle, and that ball's got eyes. That ball's going to find its way all the way into the outfield. It bounced off the glove of Rocchio, outstretched glove. And what's going on here? I think they're trying to challenge whether or not someone touched the bag. Right now, it's 4-1 St. Louis. 2 runs come in. You see the replay here. The ball goes up the middle. Rocchio tried to make the slide and play. The center fielder, Quan, he thinks possibly the runner did not touch the bag. The 2 replays I've seen so far have not shown that. Here's another one coming from St. No, it looked like he cut the bag. I can see from his vantage point where he probably thinks he didn't touch the bag. That's going to be it. Just like that, 4-1 your score. We'll be back in a flash. Another man coming out of the pen. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. DFS of the right-hander coming on. The 8.10 ERA. First pitch swinging by Jordan Walker. The four-seam fastball. Smacks it back foul. It's 0-1. Bet he's thinking, man, I'm off to a rough start. Thanks for putting me up against the league leader in home runs coming out of the pen. The heck did I do to you? The 0-1. Crouches, fires. High and out of the zone. 1-1. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for St. Louis. St. Louis has scored 3 here in the 6th to make it a 3-run game. The 1-1 chops it off his instep. It's 1-2. Middle of the order will be due up for Cleveland in the top of the 7th. Yeah, that's another one. That one got a piece of Walker. He's walking all around gingerly. See where it got him. Top of the foot. He's got a shin guard type pad on his foot, and it splits so it can fit it around his whole foot. Right where it splits is where it hit him in the foot. You know, all the luck. The 1-2. Time is called. Pitch was thrown, but it did not count. It'll be 1-2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. But not before St. Louis put 3 on the board. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network. Cleveland trails by 3. They'll swing when we return.
Why did the old man fall into the well? Because he couldn't see that well.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
We're in place, Buford. Buford, you listening? Now get this. That's when the subcommittee had to reallocate the funds, and then
Lou Gehrig hit his first career home run on September 27, 1923. He hit his final home run on September 27, 1938. In total, he hit 5 home runs on September 27th. 2 of those came off of Hall of Famer Lefty Grove in 1931 and 1933.
One of baseball's most beloved stars was Cleveland pitcher Addie Joss. He was nicknamed the human hairpin because of his height and the exaggerated motion with which he hurled the ball. He had won 20 or more games 4 seasons in a row and was a favorite with fans and players alike. Even opposing players enjoyed hearing him harmonize with Ed Walsh of the Chicago White Sox. But Joss had a terrible secret. He was suffering from meningitis. He struggled through the 1910 season, even pitched a no-hitter without telling anyone. But he collapsed before an exhibition game the following spring. Joss died 11 days later. He was just 31.
Good to see you in the chat here, Charlie. Is the game here? It's 4-1 here in St. Louis, top of the 7th inning. It is a final for those of y'all listening on radio. Can't see the screen. Arizona beats Baltimore in extra innings. I believe they went 10. Yes, they went 10. Arizona scored 3 in the 10th, and Baltimore held scoreless. St. Louis leads it 4-1. Martinez comes in to pitch it for Manzardo. First pitch is right there on the outer edge, just clipped the zone. It's 0-1. Looked like it might have been a little 50-50 ball on the outer edge. May or may not have been a strike, but Cleveland has just one challenge left. The 0-1 swing pops it up. Back out of play. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. I see so many of these old heads that are complaining about the ABS system. I just don't know what there is to complain about. The 0-2. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. I get it if you didn't understand it when it first came on and you were reluctant. But now that you've seen it firsthand, I mean, how can you not love the ABS system? I just wish they'd make the one tweak that I've been talking about since day one, which is the 0-2 pitch. Swing, chops it over to first. Good play over there by Burleson. He'll flip it to the pitcher covering the bag, 3-1. Burleson to Brule, 1 down. The only caveat that I would make to it is those 2 challenges you get, make it innings 1 through 8. That way you assure that a team has a challenge when the game's on the line in the 9th. That's the only difference I would make. But other than that, how can you dislike the fact that they're getting them right? I also believe across the board they are making the umpires call better games in general. I do not recall, as the first pitch is right there on the outer edge, sweeper for a strike to the right-handed bat of Rhys Hoskins as he comes in for Valera. Valera, the left fielder, most likely. Hoskins is the 0-1, high and out of the zone, 1-1. Most likely Hoskins will shift to first and Martinez go to left when they go on defense in the next inning. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Change up off the plate. 1-2. But I don't recall in previous years the games being called as well as they're being called right now. The 1-2. Outside wide 2-2. And there's examples of it all the time. I don't bring them up all the time, but I think about it all the time when I see them in games where there are pitches that are being called 100% and not giving them is the 2-2 down and in, 3-2. They checked down the line, but he did not go around. So a full count to Hoskins, but they're no longer giving the neighborhood strike zone like they were giving all the time because they know they're going to get challenged. It's the payoff pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first. Runner. Runner at first. 1 out. Lefty-righty matchup. I'm sure a lot of the umpires hate it, but I don't care what their opinion is. The first pitch misses high and out of the zone. Juan Brito, he's 0 for 2 on the day. It's 1-0. Runner at first, 1 out. Cleveland trying to claw their way back into this one. 4-1 your score, top of the 7th. I mean, CB Buckner, Jim Wolf, all those guys, Alan Porter, all of them are going to be. James Jean was called probably the worst game last night that I've seen this year, and even he was calling it better than he had called in years past. So I've gotten so used to knowing these umpires now, you kind of know what to expect. They're not giving the neighborhood calls like they were. The 1-1. Swing. Hammers it down the line. Foul. It's 1-2. Now, they are very aware when a team's out of challenges because then they just start widening the zone. They're like, what are you going to do about it? You can't do nothing. That's why I feel like you need to just make it innings 1 through 8 for 2, and then after that you get 1 for each inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball up by him. And there's 2 down. Two down. I don't think we've had Jim Wolf actually call the game behind the plate this year for a Braves game. I know he's been on the crew, but I don't think he's actually called the game. I think we dodged him the one time we've had his crew. As the first pitch is a sweeper to Schneemann. It's 0-1. He's one that I'd like to see how his strike zone has changed because Jim Wolf is god-awful. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Sweeper. Across the zone. It's 0-2. Infield is back into the right. Runner at first. The 0-2 count, but there's about a dozen guys that I would say I'd like to get rid of and bring in new blood. And hell, 3 of them are on this particular crew. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Guy behind the plate today, Alex McKay, is by far the best one of this bunch. Porter, Wolf, and Ortiz, they could all kick rocks. 1-2 count. Swing. Hits it on the ground towards seconds. Off the glove of the second baseman. He's going to have to hurry it up. Weatherholt just puts it in his pocket so he doesn't throw it away. And it's going to be runners at first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And the tying run is going to come to the plate for the Cleveland Guardians. Lefty is Bo Naylor, the batter. First pitch, down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're wondering who St. Louis has on the bench, I'm a little surprised they're not using them right here. David Fry and Hedges both can catch. Fry can play all over the corner parts of the infield and outfield as the sinker down and in. 2-0. Both right-handed batters, they are on the bench right now. So it's a little surprising we're not getting a pinch hit situation here. And this is the prime time to use it. An auto review on us balls and strikes? No. You'll never see that. It's going to have to be challenged. The 2-0. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 2-1. That would be the equivalent, if you're talking about football, that would be the equivalent of them doing an auto review of, I don't know, was that holding or not? What do y'all think upstairs? They're never going to concede that. The 3-0 count. Right down the pipe, taken all the way, 3-1. Standing on deck is Rocchio. There's too much ego involved. The pitch on the way. Swing! Fouls it off of the catcher. Man, Paya's got ate up by that one. He's got to walk that one off. Full count now, 2 outs, which means the runners will be on the move. Now, once again, it's going to have to be a challenge. Now, they do have umpire reviews for certain plays. Ball was fouled off right on his inner part of his thigh. Didn't get him in the Jules area, but it might have just scared the hell out of him. None of these guys wear cups anymore. They're going to give him a couple of practice pitches. 100% ABS? Nah, they're never going to do that, Josh. You'll be here an hour and a half. Just give them the one challenge, will be fine. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch on the way. Runners go. Swing! That ball's hammered towards right center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. It's 4-2. Here comes the throw into the infield, and 2 runs will score. It's 4-3. We got a brand new ball game. Bases clearing double. And Cleveland is back within a run. Great piece of hitting there by Bo. Maybe that'll get him out of his funk. That base hit there takes his batting average all the way up to 158 here on the early season. And it's a one-run game, so we'll get another lefty coming in. It's Romero coming in from the Dodgers. Bottom of the second. We'll be back in a flash. Welcome back. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be a ground ball over there to the left side of the infield by Rocchio, and that'll end the inning. 5-3 on your putout, but not before Cleveland makes it a one-run game. It's time to get up and stretch here on the BCR. Welcome back. The 0-1 sweeper's upstairs to Gorman. That'll even up the count. It's 1-1. Nolan Gorman over 3 on the day. 4-3 your score. St. Louis leads Cleveland. St. Louis at the bat, bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 down and in, ball 2-1. The 2-1, high and outside, ball 3-1. 3-1 count. You're always going to have umpires and referees in the game. Is the 3-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Into shallow left field. That ball's going to bounce. And it's just going to be a long single because evidently Gorman was Cadillacing it. He just assumed it was going to be caught. It kind of went into no man's land. Behind third, in front of left. Kind of in that Bermuda Triangle area, and the ball got lost. And Gorman, who was slowly going down the line, was unable to turn it into. If he's hustling, that's going to be a man standing at second. Mason Wynn, who singled his last time up, stands in. But yeah, you're always going to have referees and umpires in these games, and so their union's never going to agree to not have a home plate umpire. That's the short of it. First pitch on the way is high and inside. Sinker. It's 1-0. I saw someone that was talking about the entire game just going to ABS, meaning the pitch is thrown and you get an immediate, is it a ball or is it a strike? They're just never going to agree to that with the MLB umpire union because that's taking a job away. Yeah, in theory you could have someone standing back there, but for what reason? 1-0. Upstairs. 1-1. The other thing that you don't think about, that people who don't think about all sides of it, is the reason why it's good to have it the way it is, the 1-1 swing and a miss, it's 1-2. First of all, because there's a limit on the ABS, there's a strategy, so it keeps the fans involved, engaged, thinking along with what's going on in the game. Should he challenge there? Should he not? Was it a strike? Was it not? The 1-2 swing, lifts it over to third, barehanded by the third baseman. Good play over there, man. Oh, man alive. That was a good defensive play. As the barehanded grab that ball almost kicked to the right. And Schneemann, who typically plays in the outfield, the ball kicked to his right. He had to barehand it and then fire it to first in one motion. Just got the runner. Church, the batter, he's 2 for 3 on the day. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. They're going to flip it back to second base to keep the runner close by. Nathan Church, the left-hander. 5'10", 180. 25-year-older out of Newport Beach, California. Drafted by the Cardinals in 2022. The 11th round out of UC Irvine. The 1-0 pitch. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line. And Church smacks it up against the corner. It's going to be a run score. Church rounding first, heading to second. And it's an RBI double by Nathan Church and the St. Louis Cardinals. It's 5-3 Redbirds. Smacked that ball down the right field line. Diving attempt out there by Hoskins. Just underneath his glove. The first pitch to Paez misses the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, lifts it out to left. F7 in your scorecard. Hard hit ball. You could, in theory, put down L7. Good catch out there by Martinez. 2 down. Urias will be at third base for Cleveland. Excuse me, for St. Louis. He was in for Gorman. Urias, the former, most of y'all would know him from the Baltimore Orioles, the sweeper. Chops it off his instep to Victor Scott the second. It's 0-1. Scott 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks. 5-3 St. Louis. The 0-1. Check swing high. 1-1. Three runs, 8 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for St. Louis. The 1-1 to Scott. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. One-two count. There are just certain things that you can't see from video 21. 1-2. Outside 2-2. So a 2-2 count. It's good to have a set of eyes on the field. Because of that, you'll never... Anyways, it's a moot point. Never going to happen. The 2-2 count. Swing, slices it back, foul, do it again. It's kind of like, do we really need a vice president? What did they do? What have they ever done? No, but you're always going to have one. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. The Victor Scott Paper Company takes one on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 8th inning. 5-3 St. Louis.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink. When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Where at? Me and the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. Stephen Kwan, the batter, takes the first pitch outside, wide, and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0 misses. Ball 2-2-0. 2-0 count. Right there on the outer edge. Sinker. 2-1. St. Louis 5, Cleveland 3, excuse me. The leadoff hitter, Kwan, standing at the base, at the plate. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. And that'll be a shallow pop fly. F6 in your scorecard, 1 down. Catch made by Mason Wynn. Chase Day Lauder coming to the plate. Chase takes the first pitch on the outer edge for a strike. Look like the slider. It's 0-1, the 0-1. That slider will miss down around the ankles, 1-1. Chase 0 for 2 on the day with the walk. The 1-1 pitch right there. 1-2. I'm assuming that's a joke, Richard. 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. And that'll be in foul territory, making the catch over there in foul territory is Urias. Came on for Gordon. Borman. 2 down. Jose Ramirez coming to the plate, so evidently he's all right after banging that pitch off his shin. It's a funny one, though. I don't know if that stereotype still exists, but I remember growing up with all those jokes. Sinker's on the outer edge. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. I feel like you have to be Gen X or older to understand that. This is the 1-0. Right there for a strike, 1-1. One count. Misses, 2-1. The 2-1 from Romero. Slaps a slider there on the outer track. 2-2. Top of the 8th inning, St. Louis leading by 2. Looks like they've got their, is the 2-2, swing. Bangs it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. St. Louis has a right-hander warming up in the pen. I think that was Stanek. So that might just be if something gets out of control here. I can't imagine he's closing. The 2-2. Outside wide, full count. But he may be, because I haven't followed their bullpen as far as what the usage has been the last few days. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Romero with the big strikeout on Ramirez, and we'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the 8th. St. Louis clinging to a 2-run lead.
Michigan, Ohio State feels like you're asking me to pick which one of your kids is my favorite, and I just can't, because I don't like any of your kids.
Camden Yards is where the Baltimore Orioles play their home games. The ballpark was actually built very close to where Babe Ruth was born. In fact, Ruth's father allegedly owned a pub exactly where center field is today.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Hey babe,
I decided that tonight I'm going to skip out on Tuesday Night Football and take you on a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
We can go get sushi or something.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Yay! Actually?
Yeah. I figured I'd put a break on football for a little bit, just because I feel like we watch it a lot.
It's a game where the emphasis during the course of it is put on a single individual. Fly ball goes out towards the left fielder, and he has this moment of what's going to happen. Fred Snodgrass, who was one of the great players for the Giants back in the old days, and I think it was in 1912 he missed a fly ball which lost the Giants the World Series. When he died, this enormously successful man at the age of 83 or something like that, you know, a banker in California or whatever, Fred Snodgrass dies, muffed fly ball in 1912. I mean, this, and despite all his success, despite his joys or grandchildren and so forth, there was this one stigma that was attached to him for the rest of his life. So it does indeed have to do with, you better catch that fly ball out in left field or you're marked forever.
Bottom of the 8th. J.J. Weatherholt. First pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Check swing down the line. So the thing is, it really just depends on the way they decide to manage it. Some teams nowadays, especially with younger pitchers, is the 1-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away, it's 1-2. So he pitched last night. There are teams that will not use that same pitcher the next day on a night-day turnaround. He should be good to go because he wasn't used. I would say had he pitched the last 2 nights, they definitely wouldn't use him, but you just never know. And St. Louis has embraced all the new analytics. Is the 1-2 inside. Ball sweeper hits him in the leg, and Weatherholt will head on down to first. So it's a leadoff batter on for St. Louis. To start the inning. I'll tell you what makes this even worse when you're doing St. Louis versus Cleveland on Jackie Robinson Day. Not only is everybody wearing the same jersey number, but their caps look the same. They're both wearing red ball caps today. They should have made it mandatory that Cleveland had to wear the road blues. First pitch is out there, flipped to first instead. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Righty. Swing, hammers it down the left field line. Bounces into the seats. Foul. It's 0-1. Cardinals are definitely in a rebuilding mode. Is the 0-1. Steps off the bump for a second, so that'll count as a move. (0-1) count. Swing. Fouls it back. 0-2. And they've just happened to play. So if you look at face value, the teams they've played, it's not a terribly easy schedule, St. Louis, but they happen to be playing a bunch of teams at the beginning that have been struggling, kind of playing with their food. Teams like Houston, who just came off an 8-game losing streak. The Mets, who, where's their losing streak at now? 7, I think. The 0-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. Should be an easy pop-up for the pitcher. He'll make the catch. Festa, F1 in your scorecard. 1 away. Runner at first. I think the Cardinals are a team that's, they're a couple years away, but they're going to be fun for the fans to watch until then. They're not going to have the pitching to withstand a 162-game season, but they got some good young players that get you excited if you're a Cardinals fan. Four-seam fastball right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. But you never know. I mean, you catch lightning in a bottle, and teams like Chicago keep messing around. The most dangerous thing a young team can do is win early, because they don't understand they're not supposed to be there when you get to August and September. Pitch is a swing and a miss there by Burleson. 5-3 your score, bottom of the 8th. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, four-seam fastball. Strike 3. 2 down. But I would think O'Brien's going to come in. Remember, they traded away Helsley. Ryan Go to Helsley is in Baltimore now. They paid him like a starter. He's going to end up being the bullpen guy his whole career in there. It's pretty funny. They gave him the oddest opportunity to his first pitch to Walker. Time is being called, I think. Being waved off, so that first pitch, ignore it. Not sure. So runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. On the sweeper, it's 0-1. Yeah, if you think the Cardinals are going to win 81 games, you need to get to the betting window, because their number's much lower than that. The 0-1 swing roasts it down the left field line, and that ball is fair ball. It's going to get close to the corner, cutting it off. Out there in left field is Martinez, but it's a 2-out double by Walker, and the Cardinals have runners at second and third. There are 2 outs. I don't know what it is now, because they've gotten off to a much better start, but I know at the beginning of the season, their over-under was like 68.5 on the win total. It's got to be much higher now, because they've started out 9-8 on the season. But it still wouldn't represent, there's no way that it's up to 81. And the one thing they've got going for them, too, is Carl Wilson going to come out there to talk to Festa. Past few years, the Milwaukee Brewers have come out extremely hot and shooting out of the gates, and nobody can keep up with them. Well, that's not the case this year. They're all kind of hanging around. Could be a really fun division to follow all season long. Pittsburgh's playing good baseball. We know Chicago's got the talent. The biggest question they have is their starting pitching. And there's a rumor out there that it's the Cubs and the Padres are the 2 main teams that are still talking to Lucas Giolito the most. That was out there yesterday. And they were talking about is the first pitch on the way, swing, pops it up. Lazy ball to center field will end the inning. F8 in your scorecard. Essentially, the guy that pitched last night for the Cubs had a bad outing, and they were saying if he did have a bad outing, they may be on the horn with him this morning. We'll be back in a flash.
Are you putting on makeup? When you find the pumps to match your skirt. Get out in the gym and start warming up. Let's go.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Kevin Youkilis is known for having a very interesting batting stance. He's also known for working a lot of walks and having a great mindset at the plate. Over his 10-year career, he had 297 plate appearances that went to a 3-0 count, and every single time he didn't swing the bat. Francisco Liriano, in 2012 he signed a deal with the Pirates, but the contract was quickly voided. This is because he broke his arm trying to scare his kids on Christmas, but the deal went through a few months later.
Armchair.
John McGraw's New York Giants had never really recovered from the Merkle boner, the base-running error that cost them the pennant in 1908. Though they remained a perennial National League power, with superb pitchers like Christy Mathewson and Rube Marquard, and won the pennant in 1911. They couldn't seem to win a World Series. Then, in 1912, after dominating the league throughout the season, they faced one of the greatest of all Boston Red Sox teams in the World Series. The Red Sox had won 105 games, an American League record, and their intimidating lineup included Harry Hooper, Tris Speaker, and a dazzling fastball pitcher named Smokey Joe Wood.
Smokey Joe Wood was a pitcher who, though not remembered nearly as well as Walter Johnson, was at his peak his equal, and such that in the 1912 season they both had these extraordinary streaks of winning 16 consecutive games. When he was at his prime, it was Walter Johnson who said of him, "There's no man alive throws as hard as Smokey Joe Wood."
Riley O'Brien will be on here. He's yet to give up a run in 4 opportunities. He's got 4 saves. First pitch on the way is a sinker, 99 miles an hour. He's bringing it. It's 0-1. He's thrown 9 innings this year, O'Brien. 0-1 swing, hammered down the right field line. It's 0-2. Riley O'Brien, 6'4", 180-pounder, string bean out of Seattle, Washington, grandson of Johnny O'Brien. The 0-2. Misses outside wide, 1-2. The great Johnny O'Brien played 800 games for Pittsburgh in the 1950s. The 1-2, fouls it away, we'll do it again. What position was he? He was a second baseman. He was 5'9", so he did not get his height from that side of the family. That's for sure. 1-2 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss, 99 upstairs. Strike 3. 1 down. O'Brien started in Cincinnati in 2021, went to Seattle in 22. He's in the minors in 23, and then 24 through 26 now he's in St. Louis. It's again 31 years old. He was drafted out of Idaho in 2017. The College of Idaho, not just randomly out of the state. The 0-1 pitch. Down and away. Sweeper in the dirt. 1-1. So he was drafted at a fairly late age as well. If you think about the way that plays out, he would have been about 24 when he was drafted. About to turn 24. 0-1 or 1-1 hits the outer edge for a strike. It's 1-2. The 1-2 count. We're going to get a challenge here by the Guardians. And it's been confirmed, so it's now 1-2. And that'll be the last ABS challenge left for Cleveland. The 1-2 from O'Brien. Turns and fires. Punches it foul. Sinker. 100 miles an hour. I remember seeing him pitch before. I don't remember him throwing this hard. But he did come up as a starter. I just wonder if he's changed his delivery or whatnot. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Two count. Swing and a miss. Sinker underneath the hands. 2 down. And at his age, if they can get a really good season out of Riley O'Brien, he'd be a good trade chip again. Because if you're building for the future, like Richard was talking about, I remember seeing that as the Cleveland's down to their last out, first pitch down and in to the left-handed Brito. It's 1-0. But if you could get a good season out of him, you're building for the future. You're not going to hold on to a 31-year-old closer as the 1-0. Called for the inside strike. That was not a strike, but that is a classic example of McKay knowing they're out of challenges. That was 2-3 inches in easily. The 1-1. Way outside, wide, 2-1. 2-1 count. When you've got rain in the area, it's in the 9th inning, it's a getaway day, you add all that up, and you run out of challenges, that strike zone expands. The 2-1 pitch, swing, bangs it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Cardinals win. Cardinals win 5-3. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for St. Louis. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cleveland Guardians. Player of the game in this game, Dustin May. Let's give it to Dustin May. He went 6 innings and one earned run, 4 strikeouts, 91 pitches. He had a pretty darn good game. He had great contributions as well from Burleson with 2 RBIs. Church got an RBI and Paez as well. Weatherholt chipped in. And all in all, it's a good team win. Started off like it looked like it might be a back-and-forth shootout, and Dustin May settled in and got the win. So that'll take the Cardinals to 10-8 on the season. Cleveland will drop to 10-9, and we'll see you tonight. 7:15, first pitch. Braves and Marlins. We'll come on the air about 6:45. See you then. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.